money grubbing.
I have no power here whatsoever.
What's the matter?
She says that while we're here.
Yeah.
You literally have all the say in the world.
You literally told me to be quiet multiple times.
Shut your mouth. It's time for Pet Sematary. All right, it's time for... What is it?
Don't say it. No one say it.
Colistseeum.
Woo!
He's got it.
I thought this might be
For the Colistseeum.
fitting music, but then I found this, and I figured this one was just kind of like perfect for it.
That should be playing quietly in the background for the entire time.
Bum, 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 bum.
I just like the film, the picture, YouTube video you've got going in the back.
No, it's just Star Trek.
Is that where they're circling?
Yeah. It's time for Pet Sematary. So dumb.
I didn't think I could hate this segment anymore, but it's sunk.
Yeah, there you go.
You'll get over it.
So, Pet Sematary, 1989, the year of my birth.
Really?
It was a good year.
So you're 30.
He was birthed
You are
from
too.
the Pet Cemetery.
So,
The Indian
Fuck it.
burial ground, more likely.
IMDb, 6.6. Rotten Tomatoes, 50. Metacritic, 38. Google users, 89%.
Ugh.
89 for the year it was released.
Yep.
It has a budget of 11 million. I'm not sure what they spent that on. And the box
$11.
office
Rights to
was
the-
57 million.
They built
So,
Indian burial ground.
They pretty much built a house in that movie.
It was the special effects for that guy fading in and out. That was it.
first of all. All right.
No, the petrol for the trucks
Yeah.
constantly going past. I
one
did appreciate that when I was younger. How quick those fucking
Missy,
trucks were going
could you
past.
read the synopsis for me?
I cannot. It is too far away.
Dr. Fuckface.
Dr. Lewis Creed, Dale Midkiff, played by Dale Midkiff, moves his family to Maine, where he meets a friendly local named Judd Crandall, played by Fred Gwynn. Gwynn? Yeah. After the Creed's cat is accidentally killed, Crandall advises Lewis to bury it in the ground near the old pet cemetery. The cat returns to life, its personality changed for...
More.
I can't read
For
anymore.
more.
Because he didn't...
Good job.
For the worse. When Lewis's son, Gage, dies, tragically Lewis decides to bury the boy's body in the same ground, despite the warnings of Crandall. And Lewis's visions of a deceased patient. What?
Okay.
It was worded weird, but...
No, it made sense. You read it weird.
Missy, what would your synopsis of the movie be?
Alright. This really irritating family. Cat's dead. Creepy old neighbour is like, hey man, I'm going to take you to the quarry 8 days trek away.
And he never asked a question till he got there.
Takes him to the quarry 8 days trek away. Says bury the dead thing. The dead thing will get better.
He never said that at all.
After he buries the dead thing, he then tells a story about how all the dead things that come back fucking evil. And goes, yeah, really shouldn't be used, hey, but I didn't want your daughter's cat to be dead. And then, yeah, bad things just continue to happen.
Look, you just didn't pay enough attention because Judd admitted that his dog, when he buried his dog there, changed for the worse.
Yes, he tells that story
But-
as they get back from burying the
he
fucking
still
cat.
allowed him to live out his life.
No, he didn't. He killed it that
No.
day that it came back.
No, he didn't.
Didn't
and
he?
died of old age. And he
It died
buried
of
him-
old age, yeah.
Really? I swear
He
to
kept
God.
him.
No, it died of old age.
Does he not say that he kills it that day?
No, it said he died peacefully in his sleep the second time.
Peacefully in his sleep as I strangle him.
Wait a second. I swear.
They strangled him while he was sleeping.
I have to admit, I swear I could have swore he lied about the burying him when he died. Was it letting him live till he's older and actually killed him? That's what I got from it.
No, he says to be peacefully...
I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
Yeah, in
I'm
the
not-
original, but then he comes back and he's like, I lied about that story.
The
And
whole
fucking-
point where she was going on about how he just goes up there with following him with no questions. I understand that part because of the book.
Yeah, I was going to say, they must have cut shit out of the book because
Yeah, they
he
did.
trusted him way too much to
So-
follow him for 5 hours.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he met that guy like yesterday.
No,
so.
and I'm also sure that I would have halfway already thought this guy was going to kill me and bury me.
All right, so in the book, I'm only actually up to the part where...
Remember though, this is purely on the movie though. Like,
Yeah, I'm just explaining why he's friendly though. you
Yeah.
know. So yeah, I'm only into the part where Church dies in the book, but all of that part
Church
up there,
is the cat.
he explains how he met Judd, he instantly saw him as a father figure because he never knew his actual father in the book.
Okay, that would have helped.
So, and then that's like a
That would also
6 months
explain
later
why
type of thing
he's
as well.
a horrible father.
Yeah,
I think it was all rushed in the movie.
it's very
They tried
rushed.
to
Yeah, I was
fit
gonna
it
say
in.
the fact because there's like the guy that dies and there's like all of a sudden becomes the ghost that haunts him just out of nowhere.
Yeah, see,
I think there would have been more to that. Too.
there's a lot more. So he is actually at the school for the first 3 weeks before the school opens up or something like that. And then that's his first day where the school's
okay.
open, not his first day of his job
Yeah.
type of thing. So
Yeah.
there's a lot. They rushed a shitload in the start of that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that guy's like they carry him in. He's his brain's just like poking out. He's like, well, guess he's dead. Closes his eyes, and the guy wakes up. And then instead of being like, hey, there's like, maybe we should try and help this guy. He's like, I'm gonna listen to this guy gurgle his tail to me.
So yeah,
Yep.
I would recommend listening to at least the first half of the book to get
I'm
some understanding.
considering because I've watched this. I was gonna listen to Pet Sematary, like the book, and then watch the new movie. Because like, why the fuck not now? That way, I've got like all three, like, so I have everything to take in
Yeah,
going into it.
it's definitely
Also-
worth it to get some understanding.
When he watched that guy gurgle his last sentence, he didn't watch. He yelled at him continuously, "How do you know my name?"
Yeah. He's a good doctor.
But
He's not a good anything.
True, he's the worst dad. Like, he does not love Gage.
I'm
He
pretty
hates his son.
I'm pretty sure though it has to be in the book that when he dies, or when that guy dies on the table, he actually already considered him 100% dead.
Yes.
And when he comes back, it's a shock.
Because the scene just like
Alright,
guy
yeah.
dead on the table.
This guy's very trusting, and I'm pretty sure he trusts that he was dead and now this is coming back to life.
Yeah,
Not that he didn't. He just made a mistake
the
and
way
he
you
was alive the whole time.
what is it, the way you're describing it now, because like whenever I saw this movie, it was never that. It was based on a book kind of thing. And now that I've actually read some Stephen King books and watched some movies, they're all done a disservice.
Yeah.
Like, I understand now where people complain about the whole book to movie thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, this is horrible. Like, scenes start up so quickly. I don't know why he hates his kid and just doesn't answer him on the phone or talk to him or just.
And he doesn't.
Oh yeah.
When
He's
I-
like, hi, Daddy, I love you.
And he just deadpan stares, and that's the fucking scene.
that makes sense because he's still freaking terrified of what he just did. Like, what he just did.
But
I
no, he
know.
talked to his daughter
Yeah, he
and
talks to
everything.
his daughter,
Yeah.
and then Gage is like, "Hi, Daddy, I love you," and he's just like,
He doesn't hang up.
Like, you
"No,
can see
but
what
we
I'm
know he
going,
did."
Yeah.
I don't get what you're saying. He doesn't like his son. He makes sense.
Because if
what
you
about
watch
how he
it,
Watch
almost
it
died in the
again. He
beginning?
does not love that.
watch
kid.
it again, he doesn't pay almost any attention to his kid, but he loves his daughter. She's always around and always in his arms.
And
stuff
then
like
from
that.
the minute the kid, like the only time he ever pays a kid attention is when they're at the park.
when he starts, when he's doing the kite with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah,
That's the
park,
first
you mean
time.
their front yard.
Yeah, that's their property.
Oh my god, that fucking scene.
That's
Wow.
all in their front yard. So that's what really got me is that he watched him almost die in the first 2 minutes of the movie.
Of the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't install a fucking fence, and then he gets hit the same way.
Yeah, but to be fair, like Judd was like, you should get your cat to sex so it doesn't go on the road. And he's like,
Yeah.
Well, he should have
yeah.
got the boy to
He's,
sex.
he's like, his
Wouldn't have wanted
attitude,
so far.
his attitude was essentially, don't fucking tell me what to do with my cat, and then he did it anyway. But it's like, yeah, the kid keeps running on the road. Like I'm
Kids
not
will
gonna
be
do anything.
kids.
Yeah.
Also, that kid is. I feel like there was nothing left after that hit. That truck didn't slow down
Oh,
one
I know.
bit.
Like, and
It was
pure-
perfect head
pure
height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been gone or
Like,
mush.
I mean, like Hereditary.
Yeah.
Like, just head taken straight off.
That movie was shocking. I forgot about that.
That was a great movie. I love that
oh,
movie.
God.
And then the
when
father
he comes-
fights in the fucking funeral.
Yeah, that was fucked.
When he comes back to life, though, he's just got a scar on his head. I'm like, all right, it heals you. You see the mum come back. You're like,
No,
"Oh, it
that-
doesn't
No,
heal
they
you."
glued him back together.
Yeah,
for the
that I
funeral.
understand because they would have had the morgue
The morgue,
would have
yeah.
fixed him up.
they
for,
glued
They
him
would have
back.
glued what back together?
They wouldn't have glued
The
him back
pulp.
together, but they would have done something. Sewed
They
him and
paper mache his
They're
head together.
implying that he just got a little crack in the head.
Just a cracked skull.
Yeah.
but the
He
morgue,
slammed
yeah,
on the brakes after all.
Little crack-a-lackin'.
the truck tipped and everything.
Well, I'm pretty sure he was mushed under
Yeah.
the truck. Like, he would have been
Nah,
ground
no.
down.
See, he was clean in front of that truck, so he would have got clocked in the head and just laid down.
Yeah,
truck went
that's what
over.
I reckon. I reckon he got
truck
smacked
tipped
in the head.
and slid.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but he would have been
over
left.
his
It would have
body.
hit the body, and then the truck would have went over. Like,
I like to think that he was grated to paste.
I like to think it was just one on the head.
Yeah.
Just a nice clean
It
headshot.
wouldn't work that way.
Also, what's
You would
the
go with the momentum would keep you going.
The cat-
You wouldn't just fall down.
All right, the cat with its torch eyes. They need to
Yeah,
fucking
that's the
settle
torch
down on the
eyes.
torch
So
eyes.
dumb.
When it comes back, it has it's torch eyes until one scene, I think, and then it doesn't have torch eyes.
It's like they ran out of money. They're like, fuck, we are out of special effects money. Will anyone notice if we turn off the torch eyes? Nah.
Did
No one's
anyone-
gonna notice?
Also think that the greatest actor in this entire movie was the cat. The cat was great. And
That was
when it was loving,
mistreated.
it was loving.
Are you talking about like the scene when he gives it the syringe and shit like that?
That
'Cause-
too. But you put it lays in bed with the kid. And
Oh,
allows you to put
yeah,
the
yeah.
blanket over it,
It's very
and then
adorable.
it just puts its head in and cuddles down. And then when it's supposed to be a bastard, it's a bastard.
You know-
How did they make this happen?
It was a lot of that cat was robotics.
Was it?
No, it wasn't.
I've got the.
It's
Like I
better
said,
than
I brought the
fucking
30
Terminator 2.
I brought the 30th anniversary edition of the Blu-ray,
Yeah.
and they have the making in some of the
I
making.
wanted to watch the making
And
of it.
then, yeah, some of that cat is actually robotics.
I reckon it's that scene where they're putting him down, eh? Is that the robotics
There's
one?
a fair few.
I
of
hope
it.
so.
Because that
looks
scene,
like
it
they
looked,
really put a cat.
yeah,
to
it looked
sleep.
like they put cat to sleep. And at the end of the credits, it was like, no animals were harmed in this. I'm like, you fucking killed that cat. It's like he wasn't harmed; he was put to sleep.
But same with a lot of the fight with the child near the end, Judd's head and all that. There's
Yeah, I know. I
that's-
noticed that.
There's a lot of Judd's
All right,
head was
look,
robotics.
I understand if the kid's got superhuman strength, he still only weighs about 10 kilo. You can throw him.
Oh yeah, that scene was horrific. Like he's fighting a little kid, a 3-year-old, and he's getting thrown around like he's like, I can't get this 3-year-old off of me.
Just break it in half.
Also, he died from his Achilles heel and mouth being
Wait,
cut.
wait, wait.
Yeah,
Hold
we
on
were
a sec.
so angry
That
with that
Achilles, all right,
scene.
that is probably one of the best effects in the movie. That Achilles heel cut,
Looked
he
real.
sawed into that.
Yeah.
All right, it wasn't just the quick slash. It was like, I'm gonna get 2 fucking saws into this heel. That was like, I had to fucking bite my finger. That's so cringy. that
Yeah,
fucking-
that
I
looked
was
like it would
waiting
have
for
hurt.
that.
And then the mouth. What was it you said? Because all right,
Bites his throat out, man.
I forgot most of this movie. I remembered the
yeah,
plot.
me too.
Oh, I only remembered the kid's face. Out of all the actors in this movie, I remembered the kid's face for some reason.
I remember
And
it
do you
all.
know why? Because it's the kid from fucking Mercury Rising. He's the odd
Kindergarten Cop.
kindergarten cop. And just like, didn't remember the dad. He's the main actor of this movie. Didn't remember the mum, that butch bitch. Didn't remember.
The mum,
Anyone
she's from
else?
Star Trek.
Is she?
She quit Star
She
Trek.
is!
She quit Star Trek to make that movie.
She made the wrong choice. I didn't.
done fucked up.
I didn't remember the old guy, but I feel like I remember everyone mocking his talking and his monologues and stuff like that.
That's because he,
No, he's a southerner, isn't Maine?
yeah, he fucked up the voice
It
because it was
must have been
supposed to be.
parodied in other movies.
No, it was supposed to be a very heavy Southerner accent, and
Yeah.
he just couldn't do it properly. That's why they were giving him shit.
Okay, because something definitely sounds like weirder than any other style I've ever heard.
Yeah, but no, he did well. Like, it wasn't too bad.
I'm actually interested to see who they cast as him, kind of thing. in the
Haven't
new
you seen
ones.
it?
I've stayed away from the trailers.
The
The trailers spoil it. Don't watch the trailers.
do not get the 30th anniversary edition of the old one.
Why?
Because it starts up with the trailer for the new one.
Oh my god, really?
Oh my god.
Don't watch it. It spoils. Supposedly, it spoils like huge scenes in the movie.
Oh, that's bullshit.
But
Like
they've
more
changed-
than
We're
just
already-
what the
it's
movie
already
is.
spoiled because we already know what's going to happen.
No,
No.
not that. I mean, it spoils scenes like what's in their movie, kind of. Thing.
They've changed it a hell of a lot. Even
Yeah.
Stephen King, there's an article. Actually, I'm surprised we didn't have the news of it. Stephen King goes back and said he went back, read his book, watched the original movie that he did the screenplay for, and said he didn't like it. He'd rather the new movie because it's very different.
Yeah, and everything actually.
Oh, he
looks
approves
good.
it.
Yep.
Also, he was the minister at
Yeah.
the funeral.
He's
saw
in.
I saw that weird looking bastard. I'm
He's
like,
in
I know
nearly
you.
all of his own movies. He does the screenplays for.
Is he in Cell?
No,
Or
because
did he make sure to say that?
He didn't
so
do that.
He even did the screenplay.
Yeah, he wrote the script. So
Oh, shit.
any movie where Stephen King writes the script, he puts himself in it somewhere.
That would suck for him. Imagine writing the script and they're like, can you turn your book into an hour and a half?
And you
That's
decide-
that's why he does that.
Yeah.
But you also got to remember that it was in the like late 80s, early 90s. That's how a lot of movies seemed. Like they would jump from thing to thing. They
Yeah,
weren't
yeah.
explaining themselves, especially horror movies.
Yeah.
They expected you to
They
put 2 and 2 together yourself, and they would just show you everything
See, I'm
else.
cool with the whole, like, put two and two together, like, try and figure out, like, a lot of scenes will cut to some areas, and I understand that. But there is also a certain way of doing it to make it not seem so, I don't know, so jumpy kind of thing, to, like, where the hell did this come
I
from?
feel like
Like you said,
you're
the
biased
trusting of
because
the old
he
guy.
wrote the book, so he already knows the connecting points.
Yeah.
But when someone was to watch this without
Knowing this,
like
the book.
knowing the book or the story beforehand, it's very disjointed. It just goes bam, bam,
Just
bam.
the, like you said, the trusting of the old guy. Like, they just walk in each other's houses. I'm like, who the fuck you...
That isn't
That's a
the
country
weirdest-
thing.
Yeah, that's not the
Is
weirdest
that-
thing. The weirdest thing is that he's known him for fucking 8 minutes and he hikes for hours
Yeah, I know that.
into the middle of nowhere
That's
with a dead cat, and the guy hasn't explained why he's taking the dead cat with him.
so
Like
that
what-
hike is longer than what you would think as well, because that hike just
it
from
took him all day.
just from his house to the pet cemetery alone is a mile.
Holy shit!
Is it? I always felt like it's just fucking down
No,
there.
Yeah, there
this
was
is-
a whole like montage of scenes in different landscapes.
Yeah, I know. They were
That-
fucking
yeah, so-
desert, snow, forest. Like,
So yeah, from the pet cemetery, from his house to the actual pet cemetery, it's a mile. Then from the cemetery to the Indian burial ground was, I think they said it took him 3 hours or something,
Jesus.
because he was cracking the shits constantly. You know how Jub was always in front?
Yeah.
He was always cracking the shits, thinking how this old man could always be so energetic compared to him.
In the book.
Yep.
Ah, okay.
That's why they did that whole scene of he's always in front and
Yeah, yeah.
he's always behind,
Also, the-
puffing and all that.
He throws the cat into the grave, just in the bag. And I was like, how does he get out of that? But in the scene,
I
didn't
know
they say he chews
they
through?
didn't address that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
he
said
chewed through
he
it.
chewed
Yeah.
through it, yeah.
Yeah, you see you actually see little plastic bits on his whiskers
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
I was like, all right, that's actually good. They like spotted something.
Did you like blink twice when the main guy didn't say anything when Judd told him that he murdered 2 people?
Yeah, it was a bit
You
rough.
mean the fact that the guy came back as a special person
'Cause
and
they
they
killed
like
Timmy.
burned his house down?
I know.
Timmy
I thought they were
and
gonna kill
Timmy's
him.
dad.
No. Kill his dad too.
I didn't think they said they killed. I didn't think they killed the dad.
No, I don't think they wanted to,
Yeah,
but they just
no.
started throwing Caro and fire at the house.
You saw Judd run in there and grab the person. But you don't see him actually come out with the person. You just see him run in the house and say, "We're burning the house down."
No, the Timmy grabs the dad and drags him into the fire
He's like,
to burn.
me no want to live, and then fucking takes his dad into the back room.
He's like,
to get
fuck you,
cooked.
Dad, barbecue time, and
Yeah.
drags him into the flames.
I like, all right. I thought they was gonna kill him or burn him. No, they burn the house.
I mean, I
That's
thought
overkill.
I thought they might bring the guy outside and beat him to death
Yeah.
or something, but no, they're burning the house down with the family inside, so whatever.
Is that where some of that budget went? They just
It's-
like built a house and just
They-
burnt the whole thing down.
So the house across the road from the main families.
that
yeah.
was always there.
No, yeah, that was there.
Yeah.
That house was not actually a house. That was just like a little shed. They built a house around it so they could have the 2 houses together like
The
they
brand
wanted.
new
Yeah,
house
yeah.
was the one that was built.
No, the old man's house, Judd's house.
They built an old-looking house.
Yes.
Well, they did have to
That's
do
weird.
that scene where it was all fucked.
Yeah, but still, they built an old house. That would take more effort than building a brand new house. Why didn't they find an old house and build a new house?
I know they
next
could
to
have
it?
just like did some camera work or something. Oh, well, it's probably easier just building a house.
No, they didn't. They built an old house.
So
That would be really hard to do.
the director, was the first as a female director, and it was the first time of doing a horror.
Ah, okay.
So she got asked to do it, and she'd never done a horror before.
Yeah, this is considered low budget still back then. Let's
Yeah.
11 mil. Like that's probably not too much kind of thing.
Pocket change.
Not pocket change,
in,
but
in '89. That was not pocket change.
Buy Cuba, but okay.
like I can't argue with like all the like I said, the practical effects with the mouth cutting and like the little boy like biting little fucking holes into the guy and him just giving up on life.
Despite the acting portions, the actual effects
Other than
weren't horrendous.
oh no, Mac. All right, the shorts on the ghost. I couldn't take that man
What about
seriously.
the shorts on the wife when they're walking? I'm
She's
like,
wearing fucking pants all the time. She's in a suit. Like,
Nah, you didn't see her shorts when they were walking to the pet cemetery.
Oh, the
for
3
Oh, yeah, I remember that
living
scene.
things.
What?
There's weird,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I still can't get past how women thought it was alright to wear their pants so high back then.
I can't get past how that ghost thought it was okay to wear shorts like that.
He was
Who's gonna listen to that guy?
he was running. He was a jogger.
Still.
Do we think, like, just double checking, do we think the wife was the worst character overall?
Oh my gosh.
Like, she was listening to a 2-second conversation between the dad and the daughter and just starts crying. It's like, Daddy, where do you think the house slave has gone now that she's dead after necking herself in the basement?
Oh my God, her,
and she's
yeah.
like, oh my God, heaven.
Did she go to their basement?
Yeah.
Do we
No.
know that for
Didn't
sure?
she?
No, that was her own basement.
Was
Okay,
it?
cool.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
so it was-
I'm like,
regardless,
that's
it was
rude
weird.
if she went to their basement.
No, it
Fuck
wasn't there.
you. Clean this.
Clean this.
Eat a big meal beforehand.
But I don't know. I just thought that was fucked. And also the fact that, like,
Oh, the mum's so overprotective.
the mum's story was so weird.
Oh, that was weird too.
That
the
was
story.
so
The
random.
sister.
The spinal
Yeah.
fist.
Hey,
fist-
Spinal
Yeah.
meningitis.
Did you get my reference? Like with Martin's wife, how I'd be Rachel.
Yeah. No. That's the
okay.
only other thing I remember is the whole Rachel thing.
Did
But,
she
like-
know what I was referencing?
Yeah, she would never watch Pet Sematary at first when I first met her.
Yeah.
She had never seen any Stephen King's.
Oh,
And that was one of the ones I first tried to introduce her to.
That's not a good start.
And then she
It's got a
just...
name in it.
It wasn't
By this-
until...
Guy, because that was a guy. Like,
Yeah, it
Was
wasn't
Yeah.
until like a year later where she actually sat there and watched it with me again. So...
that's such a weird scene. Weird story.
It's
the way it
creepy.
was told. It probably could have been told better by a better actor, maybe. But the way she told it, it just seemed.
Yeah, she did a bad job. I understand why she is the way she was.
Yeah, just
But
probably terrified.
The way she
Probably
acted...
terrified. That
came
thing.
from a sci-fi show.
Yeah.
Is
don't need
is
to
that
act.
scene the same or
In the
better
book?
in the book? Like, what's it like in the book?
He hasn't got that.
I
Yeah, I haven't got
haven't...
up to it.
No, they've
Oh.
mentioned her, you know, like just the father has explained why she doesn't like death, because there's a huge fight scene in the book where he tries to explain to the daughter about the cat and death and all that, and she just loses her plot and pretty much kicks him out of the house and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And then
Wow,
he
she's
kind of has
the actual
a
worst.
flashback of
Yeah.
he has
See,
a flashback
so
saying
a
about
lot of this stuff makes sense with the context of the book, or even if just the movie went a little bit longer in
Yeah.
these areas. But
if
they're
they
just-
explained it a lot better and maybe got a better
Okay.
actress.
The thing is, in a book, you can say that, like, they did, like, when he digs up the body, in the book, you could literally just say he waited until nightfall and dug up the body. And I don't know if that's how it's, like, going to be said, but it leaves certain things to your imagination.
Yeah.
But when you watch it in a video, it just looks weird
Also,
the way
alright,
he was doing
I
it.
should be fair. Like, stories have been told with less time better in movies. Like, the actress was just not good at portraying that story.
Oh, she
Yeah,
was
nah.
terrible.
Like, in almost any of the movies. To be fair, most of the cast were not good. If anything, you're right. It's probably the cat, but
Yeah. Cat's fucking grade A material.
if anything, the ghost, he was weird, but I feel like I got what he was doing, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Other than he's like, "Don't go over there," and he points to a bush.
And
But
that's
really,
fine.
what he meant was a fucking 3-mile trek that way.
Yeah,
The soil's bad over there.
Yeah, it's sour.
it was great.
It's so sour.
He can literally go up to someone and influence their fucking thoughts
Oh,
and what they
yeah.
say.
Yeah.
But then with the dad, he could have solved so many problems by saying, hey, don't bury anything where Judd shows you, okay? But no, instead, he's like, the ground is sour and a man's got this and blah, 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 and then just waits for everything to go to shit.
Yeah.
Worst guy.
He's like, I'm just gonna follow the wife and get her to run home
Yeah, like,
instead of stopping this guy from doing what he's about to do.
worst character, worst shorts.
Like, literally, if he just stayed, disappeared, and dead, the wife would still be alive.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, because you reckon the kid would have killed the neighbor and then the dad?
Dad would have found it. He was going to kill him. He didn't
What?
know the wife for sure was dead. Like, he had inklings.
Oh wait, yeah. So what?
He
Kid
went over
would have
there
killed the
prepared.
neighbor, and then the kid could have killed him. He was asleep. The kid could have just fucking went up and
Yeah,
jabbed
but
him in
he
the neck. Why
I
didn't
like
he?
when the kid runs off and he's like, no fair.
Oh my
I
god,
Yeah,
know.
that's my favorite
scene.
Oh yeah, that was
The
actually kind of
laughing.
that scene was actually kind of
The
adorable.
kid was actually a decent actor for
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
kid
will-
was good.
He was
For
two,
the age.
he was 2.5 at that point.
Really?
Hey.
All right, cat and the kid. It's a toss up between them because the little girl, fuck off.
I know.
Do you know that point where he falls over and hits his head? That actually happened.
Oh,
He didn't. He didn't.
Out
They
of
didn't mean
bed.
to. No, at the end where he goes, "No fair, no fair," and walks
Oh,
off,
yeah,
and he
yeah.
trips over and hits his head on the wall. He actually did that.
They
That
kept
was
recording.
that wasn't meant to happen, but they left it in there because
Solid. Keep that.
it worked well.
And then he's got a concussion and his eyes are closing and they're like, oh, he's good.
Keep recording. Get closer.
But that's why it cuts off pretty quickly after that bit. because it was
And then
He's
they throw away
actually
Barry
dead.
in the fucking ancient burial
Oh
ground.
my god, I love how they got 3 laughs out of him and then just kept playing those over and over.
It was stressing me out so much. That was the most triggering part of the whole movie. I hated
The
it.
3 laughs.
And it got worse and louder.
It was great. It's a great movie.
Do you know what was funny, though? The part that I found the most disturbing, because, like, overall, not a great movie, okay? It bothered me so many times, but the part that made me genuinely uncomfortable was the cat getting sedated. Cause
Yeah.
it was sedated, not killed. It was killed in the movie, but it was sedated in real life, and I hate that. It made me so sad.
Like, he literally grabs the cat and tries to run off. Like, he gives it the meat.
Yeah.
Just like, he's
See,
a nice
But how?
sirloin.
I don't understand how they got the cat to hiss and be nice. Like, it's
Pissed it off.
temperament is,
They just,
It
like,
may have
smacked
been
it on the
two
nose.
different cats.
I suppose.
Was it 2 different cats?
No, there was one cat and then robotics.
1 cat and robot?
Yeah.
Maybe it was
the
the
nice one was
robot.
robotic.
Yeah. And the other one was just a fucking feral cat they found.
But you
Actually,
can.
the one sleeping in the bed might have been robotic.
I think a lot of
seemed
it.
real.
A lot of it was robotics, I reckon.
But
You
it was
can-
so cute.
But
It
you can
was so
train
cute.
them. Like, you can train cats to react to
To
things.
be fucking psycho. When
You can,
on
though.
command.
Can't
Anyway,
think of anything
best
else.
actor.
Little boy.
It'd be the kid to me.
Little boy, for
Yeah, the
sure.
fact
Little
that the
kid.
cat is robotics, I can't give it to the cat anymore. It's got to be the kid.
I don't know.
Even, depending on
The
what
person who
scenes with the
trained
cat.
The robotic cat gets
The
my,
best
my
actor.
vote.
The cat gets second, though, because it must have been so scared when it was getting sedated and it didn't know why.
Alright, is there anything else we're missing other than I'm pretty sure it's the same truck driving up and down that road? But-
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
wait,
just
no.
one truck.
The
Did-
cat, they had to do that scene like 8 times.
What?
So, sedating him. He knew it was coming.
They didn't do it
That's
8
why
times.
he ran away.
No. Nice try, Satan.
Also, how crazy is the fucking, like, the speed? Like, I still can't get past that. I didn't appreciate it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But now when you, like, travel anywhere out of Adelaide, the speed zones change to 60 and then 50 as soon as you get to a populated area.
Yeah.
Depends on what, because there was only 2 houses along that road. That was just outside of town.
Yeah, if you ever have to like come near houses,
No.
why is it so close to the
Some
road?
some of
Why
the
is it
country
so small?
some of those country towns I've gone through on the way to Canberra and that. If unless there's more than 2 houses, it's still 110 through
It's
those
fucking
zones.
cleaning up kids left, right, and center.
I've gone through towns where it's still 110. It's not until you get to like the populated town centre where it drops down to about 60.
Also, did anyone else feel like drinking a Budweiser while watching that?
Yeah. They gave it a go, didn't they?
I was wondering, he was drinking the beers, and then he just straight up fucking puts the 6-pack down, and just says Budweiser in the
Yeah.
scene. Like, he's moved off to the side of the camera, and it's Budweiser.
And it's perfectly, like, in line with the camera. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
He's supposed to be watching, falls asleep after drinking 6 of them.
I'm surprised none of you complained about how the girl knew that people were dying and the cat was dead.
Oh my god,
No, I
the
know-
girl with the shining power.
Yeah,
Is she a shining girl?
she's got the shining. Yeah,
I knew it.
But she was seeing that guy in the shorts. He
Yeah.
was telling her everything.
she's got the shining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the Stephen King. Isn't that like,
Yeah.
that's the connection between all the books and stuff like that?
Hmm.
The old shinning.
That's the biggest connection with the Dark Tower. That's where the little kids are going.
Does that
With the
mean the pet cemetery is a part of the Dark Tower somewhere?
It's part of one of those doors.
Ooh.
Do you know how all those doors in Dark
Yeah,
Tower
yeah.
go to a different world?
Yeah.
That's one of the doors that would go to that world.
Really? So wait, how does something come
That's-
back, or is it just its...
So the Dark Tower, like I said, with all those doors, the Red Crimson King, or whatever his fucking name is, all of a sudden I can't remember which one they're using now.
Yeah.
He can go to any of these worlds through those doors. That's any Stephen King story is actually connected through the Dark Tower somewhere or another.
Yeah.
So they can just go through in and out of those doors. Anyone that knows about them.
That's cool. Maybe they should have taken one of those doors on that trip. Would have saved them hours.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of any... That's pretty much most of it covered.
yeah. It's a pretty simple story.
It's simple.
Yes,
Interesting, though.
There's
it's
definitely a whole bunch of scenes that it's like has impact. Like when she's, all right, the wife, the mother, was a poor actor, but the situation she was in was horrific. Like
Yeah, the
being
fact
left
you're
alone
knowing
to
now
look after
that and
sister.
like don't talk about death, and like grabs the child, and it's like, fuck, it's just some buried out, like Jesus. But that makes sense if you knew the fucking backstory.
Yeah, she's just terrified of death itself because of her sister, the way she got treated with her sister.
Yeah,
and stuff.
see, that fucking all makes sense, like when you put it like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And probably in the book it's told
So
a lot better.
the whole
But in the movie it could have been told better.
that
too.
scene too, when he talks about it and she gives him that evil look, and then there's that weird look between Judd and the father. How he looks at him like, I'm confused what's happening, and he just shakes his head. That is very easily understandable when you know the whole story, that they've known each other for quite a while already, and he treats him as a father figure.
Like, you know, I reckon you take that movie and between some of the scenes you put like 3 weeks later. I reckon
that would make enough impact.
That would fucking change something. Or like date. You know what date it is, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one to give me
just
time.
Casually fucking mentioning. Like, so, how are you feeling after 4 weeks at your job? Like, there's something that says time has passed.
An extra 10
they walk
seconds.
past a calendar and it's a different fucking page.
And every time a scene starts up, it just kind of pans across like the porch and it's just got a newspaper on it.
Fucking hell.
All right. Before we get into it, let's get down to the real questions. Favorite scene and least favorite scene. It can be a shot or just like an overarching like scene that you really dig. For me, it might have to be. I think it's when Judd's the old guy.
Yeah.
When he goes looking for the boy in the house, like when he gets killed.
Favorite scene.
I think that's
The special effects are just next level.
just it look cool practical effects, and it's also like he goes up there, he's kind of like, you know, he's looking for this kid. He doesn't want to hurt the kid, even though he grabs a fucking like.
No, he said he did. He wanted to kill the kid. He wanted to.
He pulls out a pocket knife and he's like, "I've got something for you."
Yeah.
But I mean, like the only thing, it's
He knew
weird.
what
That's
he
my
had to do
favorite. I
straight
can't
away.
pick anything else because it's just like I feel like that one was. I'm very interested to see if they do it better on, but yeah, that's probably the only one that stands out to me that I really dug.
I like the scene for humor reasons where he's taking a bath and the cat.
Oh my god!
The
I
cat-
take it back. The cunt cat throws a rat in the bath. Literally, that scene, all I can picture is a cat just like "fuck you" and throwing a fucking rat in there. It's like.
And then how awkwardly he's getting out of the bath, whacking the cat out of the room, and then stepping on the rat. He's just like, just like totally like that scene didn't even.
I'll
have
take
to
it.
be
Yeah,
in
I'll
the
take
movie.
it. Cunt cat.
That did not need to be in the movie, but
Yeah,
I'm
it really
glad
didn't.
it was. I'm glad it was. It made my day.
Are you up to that? You're not up to the cat yet, are you?
No, he's only just found out.
Because I
the
was
cat
wondering,
dead
does
and
the
they're
cat
walking-
have little antics it does to fuck with people yet? Like,
Not that I know of. They
Okay.
just found it and they're walking to the pet cemetery.
Yeah,
now.
fuck,
that
he
next
fell from the
podcast,
roof.
when you get further, let us know like how everything
See,
started.
I'm actually physically reading this on my Kindle.
Oh,
it's
you're
taking-
physically reading
So
this.
it's taking me a while.
Yeah, the cat.
I've listened to the book before, but I don't remember it.
Okay.
So
All right.
The
Yeah.
fucking rat fell from the roof. It literally looked like it just fell straight down on top of him. How did the fuck cat do that?
Cunt cat is good.
Yeah. Anyway, that was one of my favorites.
Favorites?
yeah,
Can you use
mine's
that?
still the kid right at the end. Not fair.
That
That is
is
so cool.
That is adorable. If that fight scene wasn't so fucking dumb, that would have been like my favorite. But it's actually pretty adorable.
Ugh.
Yours is something with the mum, isn't it?
Fuck off. No, look, I really liked the special effects with Judd getting fucked
Oh
up.
yeah.
Yeah, just the slices in the mouth and the slice in his foot looked
What about
really
when the
real.
kid slowly leans down and starts taking nibbles out of his neck?
Nah, it was mostly just the slicing,
I don't understand
and
why
the
he
foot.
just gave up life after his mouth was cut.
No,
It's just
I
like,
probably would have given
I'm
up too.
done. Take it. Up it up his neck to the fucking Chucky doll. And
As he takes these like 2 centimeter bites out of you.
Well, considering I watched it obviously at the time, and I was like, we just saw an old boy that you can have chunks cut out of your neck and salted, and you don't die. So he was being a little bit dramatic, but it was fine.
He did get his Achilles cut though.
He
so.
did, yeah, like proper.
And like like paper cut across the mouth. Like
Yeah, he got joked and just
yeah,
died.
you get joking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like Michael J. White in Dark Knight. Just gets joking and dies all of a sudden.
Okay.
I hate that scene. All right, least favorite scene. This is a toughie for me. It's probably got to do with the mum.
I've got mine.
Don't ask me. I have no idea. I'm still trying to think of which one.
Yeah,
Like,
I can't
really.
I really can't think of a bad To me, I loved the movie, so
Nah, it's fucking some of the acting.
Like, I like the movie purely for what's it called? Nostalgic reasons, because like you probably don't remember it, but we watched that movie a lot. When
Yeah,
we were
see,
kids.
I don't. I think I was a bit too young for it.
Yeah, we watched it a lot, and a lot of it I didn't appreciate on the same level I do now. And now I realize it's rubbish, but I still liked it. And so, even though I liked it, there's too many scenes to pick from that are terrible. There's just too many.
It's weird because now that you said the mother like actually has reason to the backstory, it's like fuck, there is reason, but I gotta try and picture.
Like, there's just too many. Like, it's not just scenes. There's loopholes left, right, and center.
Fuck
Like,
yeah,
he leaves the kid buried. He doesn't wait alongside the fucking. He can just wait there for the kid. He's like, kid's walking home, man. I trust that. The cat's one thing. Cats can find their way home. But this little 2.5-year-old, he's like, I'm just gonna let him walk the 3 hours back. Like,
I got a feeling there's something about that though. There might
just
be
appear.
there might be something about how that unit can't be there or something. I reckon.
Well, they did say
Yeah, I
that
was gonna say.
weird rhymey thing where he said what you buy belongs to you and what belongs to you will
Comes back to you.
find its way home or something. It was some weird little rhyme. So I was like, oh, maybe it's got like a homing beacon to whoever buries it.
I don't
Because
know if
Judd
there was
did
a
say
tie-in.
you have to bury your own.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I'm like, there could be something about it because there was a scene where it clicked over to 12 just as you come through the door.
yeah.
So I don't know if it bypasses even traveling. Like, they just appear at your door or something. Or, like, no matter where you live, the dead look at the time and wake up at the appropriate amount of time that they've just got enough time to get to your house at 12 o'clock. Otherwise, I don't get it. But, yeah. There's a lot of bad things.
I think.
What about the kid? Like, he buried the kid with rocks. Why?
It's the rules.
The cat.
Because he couldn't dig a deep enough hole?
It's hard digging holes.
When he first struck the ground, there was fucking sparks. Alright, fuck, this guy's committed. He just dug a fucking 7-foot hole to get the kid out. Now he's digging another fucking hole to
Oh
bury
my god,
the kid.
fuck! He dug so deep.
I know. And then he was laughing like a crazy man in the hole.
Oh, yeah.
I understand that because he thought he was about to get busted, but
Yeah.
he didn't.
I love that.
crazy.
The cops are like scanning along.
See open plots.
Yeah.
Bag just sitting on the coast.
Is
But
that-
then I was like, maybe they just thought diggers were there or some shit. But
Is that when he did that horrific face? Was that horrible
Oh, maybe,
face
the
where
laughing,
his
yeah.
whole face is like a horrible
it's because you
smile?
weren't used to it. Because the rest of the movie has this one just no expressionless look. I'm gonna go with probably the mum grabbing the kid during the death scene. I like being at the cemetery. I fucking hated her during that moment so much.
You do
She's
realise
so annoying.
the main enemy wasn't
It was them.
the sour plot, wasn't like the sour soil or whatever.
Yeah.
Was Judd. Without Judd, there'd be a happy family still, with one slightly unhappy daughter, because the cat would be dead.
Literally,
Wait,
the
would-
timing of his
No.
spot story is
Hold on, the
what
kid
did
was
it.
probably gonna. The cat was gonna die either way.
Oh yeah.
The kid was gonna learn about it, and then the little boy was probably gonna die by walking on that road. Why wouldn't
No,
he? They were
I-
just having a picnic.
I reckon it might have changed because if the kid died, their mum would have actually cracked the shits about something because of the whole death. Because she,
You mean
like,
the cat died?
because she absolutely hates death.
Yeah.
So when that cat died, she probably would have freaked out there and then about having the cat
Put a
die
fence up or something.
and did something from there,
I
or
don't
taking
understand why
the
there
kid away.
wasn't a fence.
So the moral of the story is don't trust thy neighbor.
Fucking don't trust fucking trucks driving 1,000,000 miles an hour to stop. Put a fence up.
Yeah, fence would help.
He also would have, like, this is what's weird. He didn't really know that burying the cat was going to bring it back to life because the guy didn't really say.
I know.
He was real vague.
That's why I was weirded out.
So I'd like to know why he was kind of like, I am going to trek for 5 hours and bury my daughter's cat where she can never fucking visit him.
Yeah.
Just ever.
Yeah.
She loves this cat. She loves the pet
Because
cemetery.
I've got a good idea. We're not burying him here. We're burying him just over there.
I'm going to Mexico to bury your cat.
Also, I thought Hellraiser was going to be a difficult choice, but we're going to do it because it's funny. Who would you fuck? Who would you marry? And who would you kill?
And Hellraiser? And this.
No, because I was saying Hellraiser because there's not much of a cast. Oh, there's actually quite little cast in this one too. So
Well, this one you can both kill them and then fuck them after you brought them back. So
if you want to use that loophole, fine.
Hey, there's zombies. They've got no heart still.
Ooh.
Rule has to be a different person.
Hey, that's a weird thing with the baby getting brought back because he would have been embalmed and all that.
Yeah, that's why it didn't look right.
It would have been so
His
fucking weird.
Skin color was not right.
Yeah.
Be fair, the cat skin color probably wasn't right either. We just don't know. It's too much hair.
It's true.
Too much
That
robotics.
noise.
Don't know.
That noise when he picks up the cat.
No, the cat off the ground.
Yeah, when it was dead.
Frost,
Oh.
it was stuck.
It was just
Like
Velcro.
Velcro, yeah.
I really didn't get that it was that cold. Nothing implied that it was that cold.
It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be just after everything defrosted from their first snowfall.
Yeah, it didn't. I didn't get that. Didn't feel that way at all.
He mentions it later, Judd does.
Yeah, I know.
But unfortunately, it's by the time he mentions it, everyone's forgotten about the noise.
To be fair, you kind of tune out when that guy starts talking. But either way, fuck, marry, kill. Who's your picks?
Alrighty.
Are we not doing the worst scenes? You've just...
We did that, didn't we?
No.
He couldn't pick. He said there was too many.
You did one person.
I said the
There was
cemetery.
too many bad scenes.
There was cemetery, but pretty much anything with the mum in it was pretty horrible for me.
Premise and storytelling was horrendous. There's just... How do you sit on this seat? My ass is going to sleep, you fucking weirdo.
Love that scene. What about you two? Well, you said that he can't pick.
See, to me, I'm just...
But there has to be one scene that stands out that's literally just, even if it's a point lower than the rest, like just one scene that's worse.
I didn't like when the guy came in with his head smashed open and then came to life and told him some weird riddle.
Just it's weird out of...
It probably...
So that one's
wasn't
purely out
done
of context.
justice From the
Yeah,
book. I don't feel like that scene was done justice.
It was done really fucking bad.
Yeah.
And it started the movie.
Yeah.
It was just a problem.
Yeah. Like
I think probably the worst scene for me is also my favourite scene because literally he gets a cut ankle, a cut mouth, and then just dies. Just lets this 2-year-old rip his throat out, which also he didn't do. He bit him a little bit. Like a 2-year-old has not got
Also,
big
when you come
teeth.
back to him, he's missing bottom of his jaw. Or
Yeah,
something
eventually the kid and the cat eat
kept
his
eating.
jaw.
Yeah, the
The
cat
cat
had
ate
blood
a lot.
all over it.
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
But he's like, oh, my ankle. And then the kid's like, and cuts about here and here. And then he's just like, oh, well, I'm old.
The smartest thing that dad ever did, and he didn't do many of them, was burn that house down.
True.
To burn the evidence. Because if he did get away with everything, then...
Should watch the
how do
second
you,
one.
like, explain the dead neighbour and the dead son?
Oh, I was just thinking of like kissing the wife.
My
and the
son did
juicy...
it. He was dead. Yeah, but I brought him back to life.
Yeah,
I
maybe,
do also
maybe that
think-
juicy kiss at the end.
That's
yeah,
gross.
you did love
I
that.
hate eye juice.
I also hated just the wife's story. She was weird. I hated her so much. But her whole story was stupid. Her family's stupid.
Her stories like could have been told better. It
Yeah.
explains
What
why
about
she's
Dad?
fucked up. Just
What about the dad? I told her that she'd have nothing but heartache with
yeah, I
you.
know.
Yeah.
That's what you say at a fucking funeral.
They needed to add more to that
Yeah.
backstory with the father.
That's the problem, is that the story probably could never have been told right.
I guess we're gonna find out with the next one.
I'm wondering if because it was made back in the 80s, the end of the 80s, but I'm wondering if it was one of those things where they were like, well, everyone's read the book, so if we're missing anything in the movie, everyone knows it anyway.
Maybe.
Because a lot of the time when you usually make a book adaptation, it's for the fans of the
You gotta
book,
remember, storytelling wasn't the 80s and 90s strong suit.
wasn't it?
Wow.
I wasn't
just turned
there.
my time.
Okay. Fuck, marry, kill. Go.
Alright.
You think this will be an easy one?
Marry the cat.
Damn you.
Kill the sister. That thing needs to die sooner.
Zelda.
Zelda.
Yeah. The fucking with... What's it?
Spinal
that thing
Manif-
dies. That thing dies. I thought you were talking about the younger sister.
Oh my
No,
god.
Like she, like this
The
thing's
bone
dead.
bag. I'm killing that early. And,
Damn.
fuck, hey? Probably the dad. He's the only one that made sense.
Deadpan.
What do you got?
I'm gonna fuck the wife. Just be done.
Yeah,
And like good old hate fuck.
Mine would be the same.
I have to now.
No,
Definitely kill.
Don't you want to kill her?
Yeah, I do. But the fact you added in the sisters in this still somehow, so like I need to get rid of that. And who do I want? Who am I marrying? Who am I sticking with? I couldn't handle Judd. Get annoying.
Marry the young daughter. She's got the shining.
Actually, she does grow up to be all right. Yeah, I might take that one.
You sure about that?
Huh? Yeah, I looked at her later on. She's all right. I'll marry the
I
daughter.
know a story. I know
But
your
I'm not
storyline.
doing anything.
It's an arranged marriage.
It's arranged. I'm keeping it
The
PG.
the daughter's storyline
she's
is
16.
fucked.
Then it's M.
Just groping. 2 years of groping. Well, what are your choices?
What do you got?
It's Martin's turn.
So what is it?
You got to pick someone to fuck, someone to marry, and someone to kill.
One of the candy strippers from the hospital. To fuck.
What?
Nah, main staff. You can't go that
She's
far.
a main staff.
I was thinking about. I'm like, was there anyone in the background that I could like?
Yeah,
pick?
candy
Has to
strippers.
be someone like. Look, I'll even take the trucker, but has to be at least someone that's like
The
somewhat.
person who like rented the car to her.
Yeah, she's good enough.
Firstly,
Says
rented the
she
car.
No. Main-ish story arc characters.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Or at
Otherwise
least
it's
they
no
had
fun.
to have been. They had to have had more than like one scene.
Because you know how many college students there were there?
Yeah, I know. I was already trying to pick that, but I couldn't think. But
Yeah, the candy strippers are cool. I don't know about fuck. I'd murder the bitch that suicides herself. She's gonna die anyway.
Push her off.
Oh shit!
It's pretty harsh. She's got cancer, man.
No, she thinks she has cancer.
Damn, should have married her. She's just gonna offer herself anyway.
And then you get... Well, she's got nothing.
Huh?
She's got nothing anyway.
Yeah, I know. I don't have to deal with anyone in this movie. I fucking want them all
This
dead.
world is terrible. Don't open that door.
I'm
of the
glad they
Dark
all
Tower.
live near this fucking road.
No, I was like, they should fucking lock that door in the Dark Tower. No one should ever go into this world. Alright. Go on. Let's hear.
You're not even done.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a clue.
Who are you marrying? It's the kid, isn't it?
Sure.
Which one?
You can't have mine.
Jesus Christ.
You can't have my kid.
They're gonna come of age eventually.
I'd marry the mother and just make her life a living hell until she killed herself.
Life
That's
is a
cheating.
living hell.
And then you get 2 kills.
Yeah, it's great. Hey,
No, but then she's afraid of death. She won't do it.
It's true.
She's so callous.
Wait, you marry the mum and then you just turn your house into like a gothic, demonic hell. Like skulls
So she
everywhere,
leaves?
animals in jars. Like you pray to Satan. You just terrify that bitch until she goes crazy.
You
She's
literally
already
would
crazy.
only have to tell her that she's the reason her sister is dead.
and then she would have moved back with her parents, and you wouldn't have to see her again.
Yeah, damn, that's a good way out too. She's always hanging the move back.
Just, oh my god, watch like a ghost show and be like, honey, I got a Ouija board. And she just leaves and you're like, yes.
Alright, come on.
So who you
Mac
gonna
Fairy
kill?
Alright,
Who you gonna fuck?
Like the cat.
let me see.
The robotic one. It's like a dildo.
Probably
It's a bestiality if it's a
gonna,
robot.
probably gonna fuck the
Robo-ality.
dad because he's mental. Like he's actually mental. He
He's
ain't-
also like not a bad looking dude. He's got almost like this Ben Affleck thing going, but
Ew.
He really does.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's not for marrying. There's something
No,
really
no,
wrong
he's
with him.
Quite damaged, and he hates his children.
I would
Except the
fuck
daughter.
gym shorts because
He's athletic.
he loves the outdoors. He's good with kids. Easy access with those shorts.
He's just gonna
the
fade
whole
away afterwards
package.
anyway.
She just fades away. I know that scene is so fucking dumb.
Oh my
He
god,
could've just
he'll
driven
ghost
away.
me.
He could have just driven off.
He raises into the air.
Yeah, no, he raises
and
up a bit.
disappears.
He will actually fucking ghost me. Oh my god! Wow. Well, there's my future. And who to kill?
It's not much of a question. Like, it's literally just like, who do I want dead? And it's all of them.
Yeah, eeny, meeny, miny, everyone.
Yeah, only one choice.
Oh,
That's where it gets hard.
It is the dumbest family I've ever seen.
maybe the mum. Actually, no. I
Spare
reckon
the
the
daughter,
mum's
get rid of her.
dad. Can I kill the mum's dad? He was really inappropriate at that funeral.
No, he said sorry afterwards. And they did the greatest handshake.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, I changed my favorite scene. My
But they didn't shake.
They didn't shake. It was just like
was
finger on finger, thumb on and that's it.
It was a finger sandwich. It was the limpest fucking handshake I've ever seen.
I've seen enemies shake fucking stronger than that.
It was pretty good.
It's so bad.
It's pretty good.
Sorry, that's my favorite scene.
I'm so glad you appreciated that too. Because when I saw it, I'm like, wow, that was.
When I saw
they're
it,
best friends now.
When I saw it, I tried to do it to Kane. I was like, Kane. He's like, fuck off. So it was good.
I get it's like he probably doesn't want to shake the hand of the dad kind of thing, but it was so funny.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Oh,
That's
shit.
one of the funniest
The dad holds out his hand. He's like, touches it with his finger. It just retracts. It's good.
Pinky swear.
Well played. Well played. All right. You're critical. 1 to 5. What is your critical perception of
Very
this?
hard to give it anything meaningful. I'm gonna say a 2.
I don't know. I'll give it leeway
The
because it's old.
storytelling
You need to write this down.
The storytelling was so bad that it was almost incoherent.
It was.
I could follow it.
The story
Yeah.
was interesting, no matter what. Of the fact is, if you want to take it purely at story base, family moves in, you got wacky neighbor, ghosts, cemetery, fucking that was like. The one thing I thought I would liked different is he says we don't know what we've done when we've buried a human up there. He's like, has anyone buried a human? He's like, we don't know.
Yeah.
And then he tells him afterwards what happened, and I was like, oh, you just got rid of the mystery.
Yeah.
I would like to what happens when you do bury a human kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then he straight up tells him, and then you get that scene.
No, I think the animals should have turned out normal, and then
That's what I was
the
kind
question
of.
is like, well, why wouldn't you bury a human up there? It's because, and then they go along the path that animals don't have souls, so it's no real different.
Yeah.
And that
Or
humans
it takes
are twisted
time,
and warped.
like animals are warped slower, humans no, something a bit different.
I definitely feel like if the animals were normal and then you put a human in and they're twisted and warped, that would be a cool twist. You'd still know something was coming because it's a horror.
Yeah.
But I feel like even if that's not true to the book, for the movie, that would have allowed it to be as quick and crammed together as it was. But
Though I got to give them props for like all the locations they shot on that quest.
that fucking montage, that was like, as soon as I saw him like mountain climbing, and I'm like, where are they?
What do you mean? What about don't look down? It's like, where the fuck do I step? It's just sticks, you dumbass. Like, no wonder I fell.
That's because, like, that was actually a pretty good scene because I was pretty sure they just had stairs and ladders there. And then when he falls, he literally throws the empty garbage bag into the air and it's like, and gets stuck on a branch. Like, it was good.
I swear they keep those scenes because something like crafty like that happened. They're like, let's keep that one in there. Even if it wasn't the best scene.
Mm-hmm.
So dumb. It's just, it felt like an Iron Man like marathon. I was like, when are they going to bike? When's the swimming? They've been walking for so long. They've gone through all the terrain.
I was thinking Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
When are they swimming? I'm like, he flies.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you showed me. I'm such a dumbass.
Like,
Yeah, I was going to say, all right, if I'm going to go the positives, the story technically overall is interesting.
definitely an interesting story.
I was going to say, like you said, the locations all looked real. The fact they really burnt down that fucking house is like...
With the people in it.
People actually
They're
in it.
all the reasons it got 2.5. It got nothing in the realm of...
Is it even average? Because I feel like the acting fucking
The
destroys
acting was
it.
quite average, and by some people, and below average by a lot of people.
Yeah.
And the way the screenplay
Oh,
like
as in the...
alone
Yeah.
was probably as good as he could do in that small amount of time, because he was probably trying to stay as true to the original story, but you were never going to be able to fit that book.
Yeah, I was
into
wondering
a movie length.
if he was like... He's like in his head, all right, these are the key points.
Yeah,
And threw them in. It's like, oh, wait, shit, they kind of need to be
like,
this.
you definitely need time to build a relationship instead of just him trusting him.
Like, but I'm just saying,
This is
take
weird.
out the acting, adding time would have made me understand the relationship with the neighbors. The story, I don't know, maybe the mother's story told a different time, or even better, would maybe understand why her character was the way she was, kind of thing. Just taking out the acting part of it, like just some simple little things like that would have made the how long is it down this trek? You know, it's a mile or like
fucking ages. Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like I get it. They walked and it was like daytime to night. I'm like, was this actually 8 hours of walking? Like I had no concept of the time of day. Just really, and then you got they could have been further away from the road, like a normal family would have been, but they're like, no, let's just have a picnic right next to it.
I was gonna say, with that property, they own the pet cemetery area as well. So that was a huge property.
I wonder why they fucking got the house then if they own all that land.
So they own a shitload of land there.
Yeah.
So all the woods.
But like
behind
being out
and
the
all
front is fine, but it's like they know that road is. I hope the scene in the next movie has got a better reason for a kid walking in front of it than they're just dumbasses. And
I'm hoping it's like a gate gets left open.
Something even like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, hey, they're flying a kite.
The pool because they didn't shut the pool gate.
And their truck runs him over.
Runaway truck into a pool. That just sounds this horror. Not only does he drowns, a fucking truck comes in because the gate was left open.
Anyway, I really feel like they could have done something better with the screenplay. Might not have been as true to the source.
I think they need to leave a couple more characters in too.
I was going to say, do you think there's anything that could have been cut that would have given them extra time?
If they cut anything else out of that, well, the bath scene.
But that's so good. No.
Do you mean
that? Maybe they needed like an extra 20 minutes or something to fill out more of these scenes?
Yeah. Like I said,
not even 20 minutes, honestly.
They needed to leave some characters in and leave some out, because that Missy character, I'm halfway through the book.
What?
And she's not in it yet. Like they've mentioned the housekeeper, but that's it. But Judd actually has a wife in the book who has arthritis, really bad arthritis, which is really good friends with the wife.
Never ended up showing her.
Then she's not in the movie at all.
Yeah, I thought I couldn't remember how it went. I thought he was going to say he brought his wife back.
That's what I thought.
It would have been really cool spin if she's still there and like bedridden but fucking angry and
like, and then you might find out later or some shit.
Yeah,
she's just a bitch.
Yeah,
so she's just the other guy's wife.
Yeah, she's just like depressed and angry and yelling at you.
Just low serotonin.
Anyway, for my critical, I'm gonna have to say 2.5. I was leaning towards 3.
Above average? No way. This is like
But 2.5 for me is probably where I'm gonna stay.
I'm going. It's below average, so 2.5 is average. Oh, it's pretty horrible. There's not much. I'm actually thinking 1.5.
Jeez.
There's not much redeeming. I don't want to watch this again. Like, other than the fact I know it's a cult classic kind of thing, I'm very excited to watch the new one because the story is the only thing that I find interesting. And other than there's some kind of like interesting scenes in this, the acting is horrible. The storytelling, the pace, the everything else.
Pace was terrible. It didn't know where it was going.
Not
they spent
good
more
kind
time in the fucking airport than on building character. Just the amount of time in the airport.
It's another thing that old movies do where they have this thing where they kind of waste time on just a shot, kind of lingering, like sort of thing. Like, you know, where he just deadpans and doesn't talk to the kid. That shot goes for like...
Because that was the emotional connection to you, I think. Like, I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
Like, trying to make you realize just how, I don't know, distraught or...
The scene with the mum where she crashes the car, like the wheel goes out, right? And the ghost is like, they're trying to stop you. Who's trying to stop her? Because there's no way, even if she got back to the house, the dad has already gone straight from the cemetery to the weird evil circle cemetery. Even if she got home, she's not going to know where he is.
Yeah, that's where you wouldn't know yet, hey, because he says that, I
There
completely forgot about it. They're trying to stop you, and it's like, the spirits? Like, what?
Yeah.
There is something there from what I can remember of the book, but I can't... Because I read...
Because it could be these things go into the fucking bodies or something like that.
No,
you know what I mean?
He's definitely... Judd implied that just by introducing him to that cemetery, the Indian burial ground.
Yeah, I know that.
That
But it should be the opposite.
this
of
is
one.
what's brought on the
I
bad fortune.
I don't think it is that though, because even in the book, before they even talk about the Indian burial ground, the ghost Pascal is already warning him not to go up there.
Yeah, but that could be just once you do that, you open up something, and that's what I thought Judd was getting
also,
at.
I thought was weird that he was already warning him before.
I think it's something to do with
that is weird.
It was
eh?
a set path, and he's trying to get him off that path. He knows what's happening,
Yeah,
and he's just trying
it's
to.
kind of like trying to say that they're destined to go this path.
Yeah, and I think he's trying to warn him and not do it.
Yeah,
If that's the case, then definitely some more explaining would have been needed for that kind of thing.
1.5, 2.5.
I'm gonna go 1.5.
Kane needs to write these down.
Oh shit!
Worst secretary ever.
I didn't know. I thought you were the one doing it.
Fuck you, it's not my job today. I'm
Fuck you.
Aaron.
I'm Aaron. Big shoes to fill.
Why? How big are your feet?
Tiny.
No, really that big.
20. 20 what?
20 feet.
Yeah.
No, my feet are wider than they are long.
No, they're not. That would
hard.
look
They're
weird.
like hooves.
Oh, that's hard to think.
Melissa?
You have lily pads for feet. Look, as much as I complained the entire time we watched it, I gave it so much shit, and basically every 5 minutes I was like, are they fucking kidding? I think given its age and what they were trying to do, and knowing that it's really fucking hard to take a book and make it into something that will work, I think
You going points for effort? Because we can look at other movies that were in this year.
I think I'm going to give it 2.5.
You know what? They had great source material, and this is what they get.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but
you gotta
he
remember,
wrote
he
this.
wrote the screenplay too.
He was happy with this.
They
Was he?
literally
There has
went-
to have been like,
No.
come on, man, he's not.
I don't
that's
think he
the
was
best
happy
you
with
can
it.
ask
That's,
for.
Yeah, I feel like they paid him, and they're like, can you write the screenplay for this? And he's like,
No, but that's. generally
He
the-
said he's happy with the new one, isn't he?
Yeah, he said he liked. There's an article about it somewhere saying that
But
he went
that's-
back to his
It's the
original.
best case scenario. Like if you're the original writer of the original source material.
You got to
That
remember.
doesn't mean you're going to write the best movie.
He's going to say you got to remember he might have written it, but the producer might have actually taken stuff out or changed things
Oh,
around
yeah,
to
yeah.
her
Yeah,
liking.
Overall, the editor and the director of it has
Yeah.
the power. So
It wouldn't surprise me if it turns out they cut an hour of footage out of
he's like, it's too long. He's like, you just gave us your book.
I think overall the
I
story
didn't
is
say do
cool.
2 parts.
The special effects were cool. Like for its time, the ghost fading in and out, that was pretty well done. Apart from like one scene.
Pretty sure they did that in the 40s.
Okay. I don't know. I think there were things that worked. As much as I've given it shit, there were definitely things that worked. But I just can't. I can't give it more than 2.5. I can't fucking do it.
2.5's reasonable.
Yeah,
Average.
mine'd be about 2.5. Just after watching, especially after watching the making side of things.
Yeah.
Especially that kid, that little boy, how much effort. Because the director fought so hard to get the one kid because everyone wanted to have twins. So they could have one filming while the other one was resting so they could do the child labour law thing properly.
Yeah.
But she wanted the one child the whole way through.
Yeah.
So
I think
it
that's
took
a good idea.
it took a bit longer for him to film it, but it worked better, she reckons. And
No,
to me,
that kid is definitely the fact you said he's what, 2.5.
he was
or
only
something
2.5
like
at that filming.
Like, that's great, but everyone else wasn't. Like, just all of them. Not one redeeming. Other than, actually, Judd, other than his weird accent, he did his part, I guess.
And his death.
Gonna say, you got to remember this wasn't a AAA like a A-grade movie at the
No,
time.
I know it's not. But doesn't matter what grading it is or what the budget is. I've got to go by what they gave me, and the acting was not good.
If they'd been nicer to the cat, it could have had a 3. But
Jesus.
I can't get that
3
scene out
above
of my head.
average.
I can't
No
get it
way.
out of my head. That poor cat. Now look, as much as it shit me, it's still kind of like, it's old. You know,
It's old.
it's old.
I know, I got some movies up there from '89, and they're fucking. A lot of them are terrific.
Yeah, let me zoom in.
You say a lot of them are a lot bigger
Zoom
budget
in.
movies. Though.
Yeah, they probably have got a lot of big budget. I'm just telling you right now, the special effects in The Little Mermaid were much better.
Okay.
Fuck
I
this
bet
card,
if we
ain't
go
you,
back
fuck?
and watch like most of these movies, we'd be able to pick them apart now.
Oh my god, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
That movie was good for its time, but absolute shit now.
I haven't
When's
watched
the
it
Indian in
since.
the Cupboard from?
Like Indiana Jones, all the Indiana Jones movies are filled with plot holes.
I haven't even seen them.
Where did you see Indian in the
You
Cupboard?
haven't
I
seen
didn't see
Indiana
it.
Jones?
Oh,
I just thought of it.
yeah,
I
that's
saw
a good movie.
Indiana Jones, India Cupboard. You know.
Yeah.
Fucking Back to the Future.
Oh, I also never remembered that Pet Sematary was with an S.
Yeah.
So when
I kept trying to
searched
write it in. I was like, wait, what?
when I found Pet Sematary with the S, I was like, wait, is this the real movie?
Is it
Yeah,
because
I'm not sure.
the kids
Kids
made the
did it.
sign?
Yeah.
That's how I used to spell cemetery.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, it's funny. It's called Pet Cemetery, but they go to an Indian burial ground.
Because it's all technically about the cemetery in the house.
Is it?
Technically, yeah.
They go past the cemetery.
I don't know.
To
But there's-
another one.
That's like a movie where you have to walk past a gate, and then it's like all the real things happen up past the gate, and they're like, the gate.
But isn't it, I mean, if we want to get really technical here, the whole reason Judd tells them about the burial ground is because his dog died and he was going to bury it in the pet cemetery, and then someone was like, hey, bury your dog here.
I thought
His
it was
uncle.
he told him about it because he's like, your daughter's not ready for death yet.
Yeah.
No, but he only knew about it because his dog had died.
Yeah.
Oh,
Back when
yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
a kid, everyone was burying their dogs in the pet cemetery.
Yeah.
So, yeah. In a roundabout way, it's still about the little pet cemetery, kind of.
Oh, wait, so the guy's house got burnt down. He knew about the pet cemetery. Eh? So
What?
do we know who's...
No, the guy who was actual one of the Indian, he was half Indian. The guy that told him.
Oh,
Judd's
okay.
uncle
That was
or
unrelated
grandpa.
to the guy that put his son in there.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. He just,
That
he
Indian
saw
must
that
have
his
been
dog
telling everyone.
died.
So that Indian's a cunt.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Indian was his family member.
You don't know that.
Yeah, he says it.
I don't think he did.
He
But
did.
didn't he actually say
I didn't even know there was an Indian.
he
He's
said
quarter
that,
Indian or something like that.
He said that the because the burial ground hadn't been used for so long, the ground had turned sour. It used to work better or something.
No, the Indians stopped using it because the ground had turned sour.
Oh, okay. I know I
Could be all
can't
the dead
remember what
people
they
they're
said.
burying in it.
They said
Oh
something
my god,
about it
how's
not
the
being
token
used.
Mexican at the funeral?
That was so funny.
Just everyone, then there's just this one Mexican comes in, he's like, oh, you're chill, man.
Yeah, I don't remember that quite.
Oh, wait. Before Martin gives us his
I'm still waiting for both of
Critical.
you.
We both gave ours, but
2.5.
good fucking job.
2.5?
With your
You
ears.
said 2.5.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard you say 2.5.
No, I said 2.5
Yeah.
as well.
Ah.
Because I
Uh,
saying I thought it wasn't too
before you
bad for
do
its
that,
age.
the credits. The music in the credits.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh
That's
my god.
absolutely great.
It nearly
Yeah.
gets an extra point.
Yeah,
for
Was
for
that the Ramones singing I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery?
I was thinking that all night, like after it. It was so good. Oh.
Alright,
That's
and
where the budget fucking went.
like Ramones, we need you.
It's like that dumb shark movie.
Oh my gosh, I can shock you.
Alright, so
Alright.
what's your personal opinion?
Personal, other than all that, like I said, still actually interesting and prosthetics, and probably will watch it again one day, unless the new one's good. Then I'm just like, fuck that.
Watch the
why don't you?
remastered version.
We watched a Blu-ray one, so the quality overall was actually really well done. So we didn't get like a shitty like old footage one. It was in widescreen and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So-
that movie was filmed in widescreen itself
Oh, okay,
originally.
cool.
There's like one of the good things about it being not the big budget movie, but it was still filmed in widescreen.
So the budget was, they're like, we need to use good
No, it's
'Cause-
when they used old film.
film. Yeah, no, because it's
Yeah,
is it
even when-
film 4K or some shit.
No, no. Film is like you can
Can be
scan
yeah.
film in at 16 or like depending on
okay.
the quality of the film.
There is a 4K version of the
Yeah,
1989
that's what I
version
watched.
coming out. A 4K
Oh, is that
version.
you
No,
watch?
it's on iTunes. Already has it in 4K.
Okay, so they're
that's
they're
cool.
bringing out a 4K disc version soon.
Oh, yeah, we could.
So
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, I'll go too.
2.
Hmm.
Ooh. I still have the nostalgia. It's hard for me to not be biased with nostalgia.
No,
You're
that
allowed
makes
to
sense.
be.
You're allowed to have nostalgia. Like, it's your personal opinion on it.
I'm probably
Fuck, if you
gonna
think
have
it's
to go-
5 out of 5,
It's not a 5 out of 5.
like, it's your wrong opinion,
I'm
but it's
probably
yours.
gonna have to
You're a
go- Ooh. A 3.
mine's a 4.
4?
I love the movie.
Yeah, I like
But-
the movie.
I grew up with Stephen King movies, so
But
to
there's
me
like-
it's just
A lot of things that I like more.
You see, nah.
There's a lot of things,
Actually,
and there's
no.
everything I
I'm
like
gonna
more.
say 3.5.
Yeah.
Because that's 7. 3.
You're like, whoa.
Yeah, 7 just felt like it was a way big jump over 6.
That's how I do it. I double it, and
Yeah.
and then I bring it back down to where I think it should be. Yours?
As much as it was a fucking mess, I had a good time. Had a good time mocking it. Had a good time reliving the shit.
Of the 80s.
You're right. It is actually fun to mock.
It is actually like as much as it's like.
If I
it's
watched this by
terrible.
myself,
No,
I would
you
have
can't
been.
watch it by yourself. It's
I did.
Yeah, you would.
I do it all the time because no one will
Nice.
watch them with me.
There's a reason for that.
No one will watch any of the Stephen King movies with me.
So you force them.
But now
Get your kids to watch it with you.
I love dumb old horror. There's so many I haven't seen, but I actually really do like just sitting down and watching a dumb horror.
You've made a good case that I will put mine up 0.5.
Wow. Look, I think I'm gonna give it.
Is this going to be Clockwork Orange?
Oh, it has
It
to.
better, or I'm
I
changing
actually
my
prefer
score.
Clockwork Orange.
Seriously, get the fuck out of your own house.
Better production, in my opinion, overall. The story and the acting was far more phenomenal. Like,
Nah, fuck, I'm done.
so much better.
I'm done with this. I don't like you anymore.
We
Get
all
fuck
turn
out.
off our mics and walk out.
Yeah, like, for all its faults,
Hey, even the other reviewers agree.
Pet Sematary way more than Clockwork Orange.
Ditto.
I can't. As
Look-
good as Clockwork Orange was.
It's only because of all that rape, isn't it?
I think I'm probably gonna give it a. I can't decide. I'm torn between like 2.5 and 3. I don't know that it's necessarily a 3, but I did like. Look, I'm gonna go 2.5. I feel like 3 would be something that I was like, yeah, that was really great. Like, let's watch it again and have a laugh. Whereas I'm kind of like,
Your let's watch it again and have a laugh is a 6 out of 10.
yeah.
For me, watch it again and have a laugh is like 8. 7.5.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah. That's why I was going to say a 3.5. And I'm like, oh, that kind of implies that I'd watch this again in the drop of a hat.
Well, I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
go home and
what's
watch it
my
again.
overall score
Sorry?
I'm
then?
gonna go home and watch it again.
What did I give it? A 2.5 and a 2.5?
Yeah,
It
so
reminds
you
me,
got 5.
you have to watch Pet Sematary 2 now.
Oh, yeah, there's a Pet Sematary 2.
Yeah.
Not written by
Actually-
Stephen King, I'm assuming.
I
No.
might bump that up half a point. I think it deserves a little bit more.
You're going to go 3?
Yeah, I think I am. Because I feel like I could go home and get my sister and be like, hey, you should
Let's
watch
watch
this
this.
dumb movie.
Yeah, you have to introduce
But
everyone to
don't
Stephen
tell
King
her
movies.
anything about it.
Oh, I'd be like, hey, you should watch this. Not around me.
I'll be like,
If you're watching it purely as a horror, you'll overlook the fact that this guy just follows some stranger into the middle of the outback and fucking
Outback. They're not in Australia.
whatever. Doesn't even consider.
Are you
that his
sure? I
life-
don't know how many continents they crossed.
And you don't even know if your life is in danger. He didn't consider it. I was scared for him, and I had already watched the movie. So, yeah.
I would not follow someone to a letterbox, let alone an 8-mile hike. If they're like, hey, come here, I've got something to show you, I'd be like, where is it? Ooh, no, mate.
God, Kane, get
nah.
rid of those fucking things
Martin
that you
gave it
start
a
menu.
4.
Oh,
Martin gave it a 4.
yeah, I've got that already.
So what is our scores then?
You don't have to type calculator, you can just type the numbers into Google and it does it.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, you could just bring up
Pretty
your
good.
calculator on your computer.
Tried to, couldn't get to it.
You just hit the start menu and type calculator.
It wouldn't come up with the bar to type.
Just type it in the bar.
What?
You don't
can't?
need
Google
to.
bar.
You can literally
Use
just
your phone.
type, open the start menu. You don't need to actually bring up a search bar. You know, well, I don't know about yours, but Rachel's phone and iPhones, every iPhone she had has not come with a calculator pre-built in.
That doesn't make any sense.
You've had to
they
download it?
do.
No,
What?
They all do.
They're all pre-built.
no, she had to. Every iPhone she's had, brand new, she's had to actually go to the App Store and download the calculator.
She doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Yeah.
Literally
no,
go from the
they-
bottom of
they've
your phone
got
and
them.
swipe up, and there's the calculator.
Yeah.
No, I'm on my Android phones, yeah, but on every
So
iPhone,
what is in that spot where everyone else has a calculator?
then she just hasn't had a calculator. I had to download it for her.
No, but what's in that spot when you swipe up
Where?
and you got the calculator right there built into
It
that?
was never there.
What is there though?
Get rid of
Nothing.
that. How do I get rid of
There's
So
only
it's an empty square there.
there's only 3 squares all up.
You lie to me.
No, there was no calculator on her phone.
that? All right. The final result is 5.3.
That's lower than
That's-
fucking Clockwork Orange.
It doesn't deserve that.
You guys gave the
Actually-
rating you did.
Yeah, but you gave it like a 0.
I gave it a good rating.
I gave it a 6.
The highest it got was Martin's
Wait,
Four.
I got
6.5.
That's fair. Unfortunately.
You gave it a 5.5.
I would have given it more, but you guys would have given me shit for giving it more.
No, you can give it more.
'Cause I thought it was done really well.
now you're just fucking pulling our legs.
No, I actually liked it.
It's like
Liking
just-
it and thinking it was
Yeah,
done
yeah.
well are two different things.
Like you can, because we all love bad movies. Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's just terrible movies that are like 5 out of 5. Like love it, production fucking god awful, but I love it kind of thing. Like I love the Nukem Highs. They're all terrible movies,
know 'em.
but they're just so
You gotta
fucking
watch
fun.
Toxic Avenger.
Toxic Avengers. They're straight up not produced well or anything about
But
them,
they're
but
fun to
they're fun to watch.
Maybe not anymore.
They're probably still great.
I want to watch Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah, them, the stuff like
movie
that.
is so shit.
What's that? Mars on Attack from Mars or something?
Mars Attack.
Mars Attack.
Mars Attack.
That's apparently pretty funny.
That's actually really good.
Watch that.
That's a good one. I don't mind that one.
All right, before this
Little
goes
Shop of
any
Horrors.
longer, because we are almost at 4 hours.
Yeah.
What
All
is
for your money?
what is your pick for your movies for?
I don't know
this?
what the genre is. What we're doing.
Wait, are you going to
Any.
tell us where it is in the chart now?
It's the bottom.
Wait, it's under Clockwork Orange?
Clockwork Orange was 5.5.
You guys are fucking shit.
That's bullshit.
It's off by 0.2.
There's no way.
You guys are shit. Absolutely fucking garbage people.
I'm like,
Now you know
Yeah.
how I felt when you tried to get Terminator dropped down, you motherfucker.
Because I don't like Terminator.
And I don't like Pet Sematary. Guess which one's better out of those two, though?
I know shit.
I'm genuinely unhappy with this.
Now you all know how I feel.
Should have given it that extra 0.5.
Don't worry, I was thinking when we get 10 movies in, instead of doing the weird power of moving, you can look back at a review, and if you feel like maybe you were too harsh on it or too something like that, you can change it by like 0.5. So it's not like drastic, but I also don't want anyone to meta game it kind of thing. I think once it's got its
Clockwork
score...
Orange is going to the top.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Fuck
We're gonna
off. No
slowly
way.
See, that's where I'm like, nah, fuck you. We don't do that then. Whatever is given is given. Like, Groundhog and Terminator, they're stuck at what they are with the old way of doing it, so they're stuck there kind of thing.
Martin, we have to move Clockwork Orange
Right
further
down. Yes.
Just out of the list.
You
Just
think
off the
you
list.
think you gave it too much, or do
What
you
did
just
I
think?
give it? Do you remember?
We
Go
right in
listen.
front of you.
You go listen.
You gave it a fucking Clockwork Orange by Missy is a 5.
In what?
You gave this a 5 too.
Did
You
I?
like this
Oh, all
as much
up.
as Clockwork Orange.
Well, technically, I would give this a 5.5 over Clockwork Orange because dumb old humor is more fun for me than whatever the ever-living fuck.
To
a
be
Clockwork
fair, we
Orange
could
was.
we can rewatch Clockwork Orange and we have a good old time fucking riffing in that.
I think we should rewatch it.
I think
We
I
should
will
do Clockwork
just.
Orange.
I think we should
quit.
rewatch
Kill
certain
myself.
scenes.
Martin's in.
All right, what's your movies? It
Wait,
can be
what?
any genre, but we can't do horror anymore unless it's specifically whatever the main thing of the genre is, like sci-fi and then horror. Sure,
Monster movies.
monster is not a genre.
Yes, it is.
If you do
Monster-
that, we got subgenres that are go forever and we'll never get out of this category.
Exactly.
It's
bitch.
more like the main ones, which would be
Gremlins.
what would it be? So
classified
you got
as horror,
horror,
isn't it?
sci-fi, drama, thriller,
Yeah,
action,
but-
comedy. That's pretty much it.
No, let's go newer.
But then
What's newer?
we could have picked.
You can pick something new. It just has to be from one of those like genres.
Yeah, but I've changed my mind now, and I feel like watching The Descent.
You can't. It got voted out. Pet Sematary won. You went against Descent.
Yeah.
I
You
feel
made
like
your choice.
Hellraiser probably would have done just as poorly. But
It's not great.
um,
It's not good.
I still can't believe you guys made Clockwork Orange better than Pet
I'm
Sematary.
not gonna
I
sleep.
didn't do that with a plan.
Bullshit.
It's good that you just don't know the numbers because then you just that's it. You know, like you're going in and it's going where it should go.
Bullshit.
All right, what are we gonna watch? We're gonna watch.
This means war.
Jesus,
We could watch Bounty
No,
Hunter.
that's the name of the movie.
this means war.
Yeah, I've got it on here. I got to search something afterwards.
What about sad movies?
I've already told you the genres.
Sad movies.
Should I pause
Pet
it so
Sematary.
everyone can think?
Sad movies. Yes, pause it.
Sad movies.
All right, and we're back. The movie choices are Bumblebee,
Cooties.
Good Will Hunting,
Brain dead.
Fight Club, and The Matrix. So, what movie will win and what genre will take
3
this
solid
week?
picks.
It's 3
Fuck
solid.
1
you.
flaccid pick.
Fuck yeah.
So, all right, everyone, get your picks that you don't want to watch, and then on the count to
On the count of 3, say Bumblebee.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to disappoint you there. I can't say that.
all right, 3, 2, hold on. Actually, don't know yet.
Yeah, I haven't decided.
It's a bit of a toss up between two of them right now because I'm like, ooh, would like to watch those again. Well, actually, it'd be like 2 of them I've watched, and now 2 of them, one I haven't seen completely, and the other I don't remember at all. So it's really hard to think between those.
You've got to the count of 3.
All right,
1, 2, 3.
Matrix.
Bumblebee.
I don't think I can be bothered with Good Will Hunting because I watched it like 6 months ago.
all right. Well, we've got a problem. Oh wait, who's got the
Bumblebee's
least?
out.
So Bumblebee's out, and
I said The Matrix.
so that's one.
Oh, it's
Fight Club then.
Fight Club. Fight Club didn't have 1 vote out.
Yeah, but then we've
But
got to have
we put it
2
to a
because the
vote.
vote. That way we give people a vote.
Oh,
So-
then vote again on the ones that got 1.
Ah, okay. So it's out of Matrix and Goodwill.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Goodwill.
Good Will Hunting.
So not. Or are you voting 2? I don't know.
No, like I think Matrix and Fight Club would be good on the poll.
Yeah, I think Goodwill's going to get slaughtered by Fight Club.
Oh yeah, it probably will on the poll.
But that's not the point. Is what?
I want to put 2 good movies in there for them. Well, 2 movies that are...
To be fair, Goodwill Hunting is a top movie.
Yeah, but
It's
you
older.
want to put that next to another
And I do it
big
on.
type of movie.
Yeah, but I also have it on 2 different things. So like we've got Facebook, which is a bunch of people, and we've got Twitter, which might be younger people. But
What if they all vote opposite things?
You put
well,
them together.
Logan and Mad Max was 1 vote, so it
1 vote.
was 1 vote. Anyway, don't think like that. Just think in the way that where does your heart
I'm
desire?
just sad
Don't meta vote.
because I think I'd rather watch The Matrix than Fight Club.
Metapod. Well, that's not the choice. Remember, you can watch them all fucking out anytime you want.
I don't want to watch any.
What? You don't want to watch any? These are great picks.
I hate them.
Dude, I don't want to watch The Matrix again.
I love The Matrix so much. I haven't watched it in years.
If you watch 1 though, you're gonna want to watch 2.
You
Oh,
might
I'll
as
probably end
well-
up watching the trilogy if I'm going to.
Yeah, that's another reason why I don't want to watch it.
And then the Animatrix.
You might as
Nah.
well just chuck the 2 actiony ones in the poll because it'll be weird. Like it won't be fair essentially to chuck Good Will Hunting up against an action.
Good Will Hunting would go good against something.
Another drama
Like
like
Dead
Against
Poet-
Bumblebee.
like
Dead Poet
like
Society or
Forrest
something.
Gump or something.
Yeah.
Ooh. But what does your heart tell you? You're meta playing it now. You're thinking about what you want the fans to see, but
It makes no difference. I hate them all.
you have none that you'd rather
You
least watch. Also, you
suicidal
hate them all.
bitch.
What
Let's
is,
just put
what is
Matrix.
wrong with you? What is actually wrong
I
with you?
haven't seen The Matrix for longer than I haven't seen Fight Club, but both will equally bother me probably until I watch them, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I don't hate this.
My God. I
My
wonder why you
God.
haven't watched such good movies.
You won't watch The Cat in the Hat. It's no different.
Oh, yeah. Matrix versus Cat in the
I
Hat.
know.
Let's throw that one up.
Let's put that up.
Yeah, can we put that up? Can we please put up Matrix versus Cat in the Hat?
Put Cat in the Hat as an honorable mention. If everyone votes for it and nothing else, we'll do Cat in the Hat.
Can we?
Third place is just like if anyone votes like on this, it gets eliminated.
Yeah.
Or, like, the others, no. If anyone votes on any of the other 2, the main 2, then the third gets eliminated
Yeah.
straight away. You need like the trolliest fucking fan base.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way, the movies that are going up to vote is going to be The Matrix versus Fight Club. We have 3 days of that being up to vote on, and we'll see
If
who
you want
wins.
the Cat in the Hat, make it known.
To make it known. If I get messages saying fucking Cat in the Hat,
The problem is that they're not going to hear this until after the vote's pretty much done, most people.
Oh, I'll be commenting.
well, no, the vote goes up now.
Well, no.
So
even if
you'll
they
see the
do
vote straight
Yeah,
away.
you'll see the vote, but they won't hear this saying.
Oh,
vote.
no, they won't hear the Cat in
But
the
it
Hat.
doesn't matter. If people say at any time they want to listen to the Cat in the Hat, a review on the Cat in the Hat,
We have to watch it.
then we'll do it.
You know, one person will do it.
At least 2 people.
No, at least 5 people.
5 people. 5 people will do a review on Cat in the Hat.
5 different accounts that are not made by the same person.
5 paying people.
5 patrons have to request Cat in the Hat.
I would review Cat in the Hat.
We don't have 5
I fucking don't want
patrons.
Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat's a good movie.
Isn't it? It's so good.
It's a good Dr. Seuss movie.
It's fun. Also, The Grinch.
Which one though? Which Grinch?
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that's the better one. I was going to say because there's a few of them. I don't like the new
All
one.
right, just a quick question. Which one do you think is going to win in the poll?
I'm hoping it's Fight Club.
I think it'll be Fight Club, but not by much.
I'm not sure.
But I also don't care.
Yeah, Fight Club's definitely got a draw to it, doesn't it?
The plus side is I don't have to watch The Matrix. I know it without having to watch it.
You've got to watch it.
No, I really
should.
don't.
Our newest member is Goku.
What?
It's Jimmy.
Ah, yeah. 'Cause you weren't sitting there and the mic was on Goku, so.
Oh, you idiot.
She does. All right. Fuck. Check us out. Fucking free listeners, go check out the Patreon. It'd really help if you could support us. I say that. It doesn't matter. We just do this for fun.
Give us $1.
Don't listen to her, the money fucking hungry thing.
Give us $1.50.
That's not
Just
there.
50 cents. 50 cents is all we need.
$3.50.
Give us $1.50 and we will watch The Cat in the Hat.
Fuck
Post
off.
us silver coins.
Just straight up change.
Yeah.
No,
Don't care if it's found on the floor, on the ground, on the road.
1 or 2 cent pieces will do fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
That would be good.
Give me a loaf of
Send in your
bread.
pennies.
Just want bread.
Especially the 1946 one.
Gluten-free bread if you're going to send
I'm
bread.
pretty sure that's expensive. I can't remember.
Send
which
in
one.
your shekels.
Shekels? What is a shekel?
Best Dr. Seuss movie.
Does that say The Grinch That Gaped Christmas?
It does say that.
And on that note, till next time, you beautiful people.
What the fuck?